Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while since I've answered questions from Formspring, so I decided I'd do that today for the daily content. One of the things that I'm trying to do with YouTube is make content every day. So yeah, formspring.com/itmeJP, and let's answer some questions. We'll see how long this goes. It is now 6:40 p.m. on Monday. Do you ever feel fed up? This is from someone else, or from someone who does not have their name listed, by the way. It says, do you ever get fed up of people treating esports like it's a crippled puppy on life support and their constant worry about things killing it? A lot of time when people say you're killing esports, it's basically a giant joke, which I think you get, but I'm just making sure that people understand that. The people that are saying that probably care a lot about esports, so they're very protective of what is going on with it, and they want to make sure that whatever is going on with it is the right direction. I do get fed up of people throwing that term around like you're killing esports. It's kind of ridiculous. I think that Tasteless started that as a joke because someone said it to him, and then it became like this very popular trendy thing to say, which I really don't. I don't. It's silly. It's silly. Anyways, yeah. I mean, I get fed up of it because people just use it too much. It's very overused. But you got to remember the people that are actually saying that esports is like a crippled puppy or something like that. They care a lot about it, so you have to respect that. I haven't done this in a while, so Formspring is asking me questions. They ask some very weird questions. This one says, do you think the glass is always half full or always half empty? Are you an optimist or a pessimist? I'm probably it depends on what it's. I'm kind of like split. Like certain situations I'm an optimist, certain situations I'm a pessimist, but I don't want to answer those questions. Let's talk to people here. From Sergeant Say, Sergeant Sai, Sergeant S-A-E, I think that's Say, Sergeant Say. Hey JP, is it possible when you're back in Texas to have a fan meet and greet? If not, could we catch some lunch? If so, hit me back and I'll give you some contact info. Unfortunately, right now I'm just way too busy with work. I rarely even leave the house. I've started cooking 3 or 4 times a day now here at the house because of that. So I think I should definitely do a meet and greet sometime. I don't really know who would come out for it, but that might be something to do probably at an MLG where we do have autograph signings and things like that for all the casters and some of the players as well. So look for that if you see me or want any caster really from MLG. Just look there. Thanks for the question. So I did just actually tweet about this, so I'm getting questions as they or as I'm answering them. So I'll try to answer as many as possible here. If you had to retire as State of the Game host, not including the regular cast, Jeff, Artosis, Day 9, and Tyler, who would you like to take over? That's a good question. Toss Spot might be good. He doesn't really, well, he does things, but it's not very StarCraft centric. Mr. Bitter, I think, would be good. He would do good at with it. Jeff could probably host pretty well, but you said not including him. If Tasteless was motivated, he'd probably be a fun addition to be the host, but I don't know. That's a really interesting question. Probably the best one that's not Wheat, because he already has so many fucking shows and already has kind of the state of the game with inside the game. Probably Mr. Bitter. That's my final answer. Let's move on. Do you regularly post on /video games in SC2 Generals? No, I do read it from time to time, but I don't post. I try not to post on that or Reddit. I do slip up every now and then when people are just being completely idiotic on Reddit, and I have to call them out for it. But in general, I just don't post all that much. Next question. I applied to be a writer on your previous SC2 Daily Show, but was not accepted. What happened to the people that were accepted, as you do not do the show anymore? So there were 3 people, and this is really bad because I only remember Reese. Reese, I think, works for ESFI. And the other 2 people, I'm not sure. I didn't talk or deal with them or interact with them. That was more on Patrick's side of things. He used them a lot for the show at MLG. It was not a paid position or anything as far as I know. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was not. It was volunteer based. So I don't really know what happened to them. Hopefully they're out there doing content for ESFI or someone, because they were really good people, and they were good at what we basically asked them to do. So yeah, I don't know. Hi JP, I recently moved into my new apartment and it needs some zing. In order to look pro, and since you're my favorite person in esports, I was wondering if I could buy a TL poster and have you sign it to spice up the place. Here's my email. Sure. I don't know how you can get that to me, though. I don't have a P.O. box. I don't feel comfortable giving out my address. So, tweet at me if you watch this, and we'll try to figure something out. I'll see if I can, I don't know, maybe set up a P.O. box or something like that, because I definitely want to help you out if possible. So go ahead and tweet at me. OLEH. I don't want to mispronounce that. So go ahead and send me a tweet. I won't delete your question, and I'll leave it there. So next time when I do this, I'm reminded. From Leaf Eater, do you regret the time you spent playing WoW? Not at all. When I played World of Warcraft, I enjoyed the time spent because of the people that I was playing with, and I think that's probably why the majority of people still play. The game is fun and all, but in general, the game is just a large time sink. It's more about the people that you play with, and that's why I played it for so long, is because I had a good group of friends that played, and I still talk to those guys every day, and I've maybe met 3 of them in real life, so they're just good online friends. We play a lot of games together. So no, I do not regret any of the time I spent playing. Hold on. Sorry, people are, it's very bad. People are texting me. Yeah, thank you for that question. That was a good one. Leaf Eater. Hey JP, how do you stay STD? Hey JP, how do you stay STD free when you're banging mad bitches all day, every day? Gotta wear that Jimmy hat, bro. You gotta, what's the saying? Wrap it up before you slap it up, or what? No, I think I just made that up. I don't. Let's do safe sex rhymes. 25 safe sex slogans. Here we go. Cover your stump before you hump. When in doubt, shroud your sprout. It's pretty good. What? While you're undressing Venus, dress up that middle wicket. What? Don't be silly. Protect your willy. Wrap it in foil before checking her oil. No glove, no love. This message brought to you by the person submitting this question. Thank you. Do you aspire to be a top-tier caster, or are you happy with the current role you have in esports? Love your work. Ouch. It's kind of like a backhanded compliment. I don't know. I'm fine with where I'm at right now. I'm kind of able to do a lot more than just casting. If I were to quote, you spelled tier wrong, by the way. It's T-I-E-R, not T-E-A-R. Leaf Eater, just to call that out. I think if I ever wanted to become like an analysis like Artosis, I would have to play a lot. And right now, I just can't play that much. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with where I'm at right now. Yeah. When are you going to become a pro player? Probably never, because the game, I get too frustrated very, very quickly. And because of that, I can't sit and mass game StarCraft 2. So probably never, sadly. Here we go. How can StarCraft 2 pro gamers and StarCraft 2 in general become popular as League of Legends and their pro gamers? On a good day, Idra and Stefano can average 9K viewers, but in a League of Legends stream, the average is way higher. Is it just the game design, or is SC2 lacking something? It's definitely... it definitely has something to do with the game design. Of course, League of Legends is free to play. So just the audience base and the potential audience base is miles ahead of StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 has I think it's $40 now to purchase the game, barrier of entry. And League of Legends is also pretty well tutorialized. Sorry, another Skype. So because of that, I think League of Legends will always have more people following it, watching it. And yeah, I think that's probably the main reason why they have more viewers. I think I've read somewhere that there's like 13 million. No, that's WoW. I think I read somewhere it's like 30 million accounts, not active accounts, but just accounts in general. And that was an old stat for League of Legends, which that's ridiculous. I don't know how many people there are for StarCraft, but I don't think it's anywhere near that number. The thing about StarCraft is a good majority of the League of Legends players don't watch those streams. There's just so many more. But the audience, I think, for StarCraft 2 is more educated and they know the game better. So they're more, what is the stupid PC term for it? It's engaged observers or something like that. They know what's going on, and they also play the game actively. So hopefully that answers your question. I kind of answered it different ways there. So hey JP, any chance from Phoenix? What's up, Phoenix? Hey JP, any chance you might be interested in inviting Tasteless Idra to an episode of State of the Game in the near future? Sure, I'd love to have him on. Idra is very busy with work and with traveling and tournaments and whatnot, practicing. Tasteless is tasteless. We do the show usually pretty early in Korea, and he is definitely a night owl. So because of that, he probably won't come on so much, but I'll try. I think Grubby is our next guest. I think that'll be on Sunday. So look for that. Thanks for the question. Do you think esports will ever rival sports like football, basketball, hockey, etc.? If so, how long do you think it will take? Love from Sweden. Hope to see you at DreamHack sometime. I hope to come to DreamHack as well. Do I think it will ever rival sports like football, basketball, hockey, etc.? Probably not for some time. It's still a very niche, thing. But we don't necessarily need to rival those sports. The thing with those sports is that they are heavily involved in our day-to-day lives, or just general mainstream day-to-day lives. So you're always seeing it, no matter, even if you have no interest in it, you're seeing it on a daily basis. You're seeing ESPN, these entire stations devoted to football, basketball, hockey, soccer, etc. So I don't know if StarCraft will ever come to that. You can definitely make that your lifestyle right now, but you have to know where to go. Just generally, and I hope that the air conditioning doesn't pick up too much of the mic. But generally, you know, if you're a kid, you know that football, basketball, hockey, soccer, they all exist. You probably won't know that competitive gaming exists until you get a little bit older and kind of find it out on your own. So to answer the question just straight up, probably not, but I don't think we need to ever rival those sports. From Canuck Dizzle. Oh, I already answered your question. That was the one about League of Legends, so thank you for your question. From Anonymous. I don't know who this is, but you want to bro out in Columbus? Come bro out with me, man. Go get some natty ice and bro out. No, we can't actually do that. I probably shouldn't have said that, but yes, I will bro out in Columbus. From Leaf Eater again. He's asking a lot of questions. How much weight do you want to lose before the wedding? I'd say about 30, 35 pounds. You know, the last time I went on the diet last year, the 4-hour body diet, where well, you can Google what that actually is, but I dropped about 37 pounds in 2 months. So it was pretty good. The thing is, I gained probably the majority of that back when I went off it because I got lazy. So this time I've told myself I'm not gonna get lazy. I can't fuck up again, and we'll see how that goes. Crush mode. Hey, I know I asked you on Twitter and your stream as well, but could you post your streaming setup now with 1080p? I'm going to be upgrading my PC soon. I'm interested in what you've got. I actually might just make a full-on piece about this. And when I say piece, like a YouTube video on it. In fact, I think I might do that sometime this week. That sounds like it would be interesting. I get a lot of questions. And I'll try to go as in-depth as possible with that. So, yeah, the capture card that I'm using is a C127. Right now, this is just a webcam. It's on this PC that I'm staring at. Most of the time, I do capturing on this PC over here. State of the game is all done on one PC, though. So I'll break that down in the video. But thank you, Crush Mode. I will give you credit for that video. So thanks for the question and the idea. Let's see. Do you view DJ Wheat as a rival of sorts? Not at all. Me and Wheat probably talk at least every day, if not every other day. We kind of bounce back and forth with just questions, talking about what's going on. A lot of times I'm asking him for tech support, as he's kind of the guy that's done everything before everyone else does. So he knows a lot about setting things up and certain streaming aspects. Like, besides me and him, I don't know of anyone else in the esports scene that's using a second PC to render everything, or excuse me, to capture and encode everything. So he's kind of the leading person in doing that. So no, we are not rivals at all. In fact, I'm probably going to be shooting something with him in a couple days here that'll go up on YouTube. So look for that, as I'm going to be interviewing him, kind of like I did Wani, I think. So yeah. Thanks for the question. We got 3 more coming in. Hey, JP, would you ever come up to Spring and have lunch or dinner or one day at my family's barbecue restaurant? It'd be my treat because you're such a sick nerd baller. From SC2 Iatrocles. I've never been to Spring, Texas. To be honest, I probably won't have time to ever come up to Spring, Texas, but I wish you would have given me your family's barbecue restaurant name, because I could have shouted it out or something. But thank you for the invite, man. And sorry I can't come. Will anyone survive April? What's happening in April? Are we supposed to die in April or something? Yes, people are going to survive April. I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't. What food is killing esports right now? God damn it. Gamer Grub is killing esports right now. Can't believe that's actually a product. What is your favorite class in Team Fortress 2? When I played Team Fortress 2, I think I had the most time played as the soldier with the sniper right behind that. I did play scout from time to time. It was basically soldier, sniper, scout, kind of depending on my mood each day. Probably my favorite class overall, though, would most likely be the sniper. Like, if I were to play right now, I'd probably just load up and play the sniper. If you could choose between an orderly life or a life full of freedom, which would you choose? And a life full of freedom. Like, that's the clear answer, in my opinion. I don't want an orderly life, man. That shit's boring. I don't think I leave a pretty life full of freedom. What has been your favorite game in the MLG Winter? What has been your favorite game in the MLG Winter Arena? So this was sent 2 weeks ago, I think, as it was going on. So Game 3 between Sase and San. VODs are out today. MajorLeagueGaming.com. Go check that out. The entire series was incredible. Game 2 was absolutely insane. Both both players actually played PvP perfectly in terms of responding to what your opponent is doing. So go check that out. But game 3, incredible stuff. It was a awesome game. Me and we were able to cast that, and Artosis was able to give feedback on it after the match, and that was bar none my favorite game, I think, of the entire MLG Winter Arena. Just incredible stuff. Zase is such a good player, and Son is as well. Another Form Spring question. Get out of here. I don't want to read that. That's an insulting question to someone else, and a huge compliment to me. So thank you for that. You know who you are. I'm not going to read that, though. If someone wanted to start an esports organization, what would be the tops, let's just say, 3 or 4 pieces of advice you give them besides just do it? Let's see. So there's different ways to answer this. If you want to be successful, have top-tier talent, have top-tier players, have a very easy-to-find website with easily able to find VODs and also a live stream player, and have a good venue. I guess those are kind of like grandiose. I think having a decent website, first off, is critical for people to be able to easily find your stuff, your content, your VODs, your player, your information about anything. It really has to be easily accessible. You have to have talent. You have to have people behind you that people are interested in. So that's really hard to do. That's probably one of the hardest things. And it just has to be easy. Like it has to be easy. That's actually one of the easiest answers. Is it has to be easy to do everything involved, so that the players, the admins, the staff, everyone involved is easily able to do whatever they need to do with anything. So kind of a weird answer, but that's my answer. A lot of people are asking about my opinion on MLG Winter. Go watch State of the Game episode 64. It's already up. Boxers or briefs? Boxer briefs is actually the correct answer to that. Can we see? No, actually, no. I'd have to get up and I don't want to go do that. What was your role before you entered the StarCraft 2 scene? I know you were involved with WoW, but how did you get involved in that? Involved in MLG? I think I've answered this before, but I've kind of been all over the place. Primarily, I did not have a full-time position with MLG until StarCraft 2. Before that, I was a freelance writer for sites like the CGS, or for leagues like the CGS, WSVG. I started with GotFrag, left GotFrag to go join Game Media Properties, which is WSVG. It was their parent company, to be the managing editor for GameRiot.com, which was primarily a giant WoW portal. But for StarCraft, it was kind of funny. The first thing for GotFrag, the first thing I ever did was a Kingdom Hearts review, which I think is still up, for a site called D-Pad, which is a portal over on GotFrag. And then I started doing Halo content for them, covering MLG for GotFrag, and it actually led to the MLG purchase of GotFrag. I'm not saying I was directly involved in that, but it was one of the reasons why they were interested, I think. So, yeah, it's kind of a quick history. Thanks for the question. From Yamuslu, I think is how I say that. Hey again. Okay, so you don't watch replays before the cast. Do you, however, know how many games there will be played? Like if it's best of 3, do you have 3 folders, one possibly empty, or just a single folder with 2, 3 replays? So it depends. If I'm the one organizing it, obviously I know how many games there's going to be because I have to be the one organizing it, and no one else. I mean, other people could do that, but they don't. Usually if I'm casting with someone else, I will send them in multiple folders, but I usually know if I'm the one, for example, the MLG online qualifiers, I knew how many games there was going to be in each one. So, yeah, simple answer. Sorry, my chair. I need to put like WD-40 on my chair or something. What is your email or Skype? I really want to request an interview on behalf of FXO. GIS Paulson at hotmail.com. Shit. I'll have to. Well, to be fair, I didn't read the rest of that, so you're okay. I apologize for reading this aloud. Just tweet at me on Twitter, and I will follow you there and give you my Skype contact. So there. That was 2 weeks old. I apologize for that, though. Also apologize for reading some of your email. From Moffinator, what is your opinion on Blizzard fighting Valve over the Dota name, and do you see Dota 2 being a major esport? Also, do you even left? What do I feel about what is my opinion on Blizzard fighting over Valve? I don't really have an opinion on it. I think it's interesting. I'm definitely going to pay attention to it because I want to see how that kind of unfolds. It's a very interesting situation for both companies to be in. Do I see Dota 2 being a major esport? Yes and no. I feel it's going to be a major esport, but probably not so much in North America because no leagues are going to pick it up, at least as far as I know. Maybe NASL or IPL or even MLG up in the ladder or whatever has plans to pick it up. I don't really know. But in China and in Europe, I definitely think it's going to be a major esport for sure. Dota 1 in China and just Asia in general is just so huge. It's such a ridiculously played game over there. So thanks for your question, Moffinator. There's my ice machine, as you heard it. Should esports encourage traditional sports framework with their casters, play-by-play, color analysis, etc.? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just, it's what's been set up. Ice machine's real loud. It's what's been set up already. So because of that, I think we probably should, but meh. I get what you're saying. Like, we should probably do our own thing. I don't know. That's a hard one to answer. I feel like we probably should just because it's what the mainstream audience already knows. But that might get a lot of different answers. From Durka, nice name. He says, if you haven't heard the personal license for XSplit will not allow users to make revenue off of streaming with it. What are your thoughts on this? Really? That's interesting. How is XSplit going to license for that, though? Huh. I didn't know that exists. I'll have to do some research on that. I mean, that sucks. Those are my thoughts on that. Hopefully they have like a premium license or something. I hope that the personal license is not the one that we've already purchased, and the premium license is going to be, like, if it's like a couple $100, I honestly feel like I'd pay that just because XSplit is such an incredible software, and if they keep updating it to where it does have a preview screen, they fix a lot of the bugs, I can see myself paying for that, but I don't know what a personal license is in terms of entry level, so I need to research that. But thank you for the question. That's really interesting. A lot of these questions are multiple. Hell, I already answered all these. Well, this is weird. Let me reload. Do you and Tyler ever chill together when you are in Texas? What is he like in real life? Also, can I chill with you guys that live north of Dallas-Fort Worth area? I'll drive. Feel so bad, but you probably can't chill with us. We've gone to a couple dinners before. His wife, Lindsay, is a nice person. Him and his wife are a lot of fun to hang out with. We last time I was in San Antonio, we actually went to... Oh, man. Where did we go? I forgot the name. It was like a trendy restaurant. I can't remember it, but we did go to dinner. It was fun. I always like seeing Tyler and Lindsay as well. They're good people. So, yeah, we've hung out before. What's he like in real life? He's the same as he is on State of the Game. Very stoic, always very well spoken. Yeah, exactly. There's no fluff about Tyler. You get kind of what you see is what you get. When he's on State of the Game, it's exactly how he is in person. Have you ever been to Australia? No. If not, would you like to come in the future? Sure. If you pay for my flight, I will gladly come out to Australia. But just keep me away from all the fucking bugs and shit where it's like 90% of the things in Australia can kill you, because that shit creeps me the fuck out. Because I don't want to die. This is an extremely important question, and I would greatly appreciate you thinking thoroughly and most deeply about this. Is K-pop related to StarCraft 2? Here's me thinking deeply and thoroughly. No. Let's move on to the next question. What are the standard people that attend State of the Game? From what I've seen, you and In Control are always on the show, and also Artosis, Day 9, and Tyler most of the time. I personally enjoy the show most when all 5 of you are there. Thanks for everything. Those are the 5 standard people, but we're all so fucking busy that In Control is usually the one that's always there. For whatever reason, me and him are always kind of on the same schedule. Artosis, being in South Korea, has a very busy schedule that's basically 14 hours ahead of what we are. Day 9 is constantly busy and enjoys his breaks. And Tyler, for the most part, is usually on there. I think he's been on more than Jeff, to be honest, in the past, just overall in shows attended. But yeah, so those are the 4 or the 5 standard people, sorry, on the show. I think we're good, actually. I think that's gonna do it for questions. I don't want to run out here for future episodes. So that's gonna do it. Thanks for your questions. Formspring.com/itmeJP, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Peace.